Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Maybe where you're watching, it's in the morning, it's in the evening, it's at night, So that's why I'm saying, all those things. So today, I want us to talk about a very important topic that is rarely talked about. We seldom talk about these things. And it's because it involves one of the human species who deem themselves very difficult to talk to. That is our men. So June is Men's Health Month, and we usually want to curate conversations around breaking the stigma around men's mental health, especially as part of the larger mental health awareness initiatives, right? Men rarely talk. And when we talk of mental health, we don't have men in mind. We usually have women, we usually have girls, we usually have, people with who have been diagnosed in a hospital, and especially in the developing countries like the East African countries like Africa, we rarely have an opportunity to talk about these things, yeah. But men's mental health is a very important thing. It's a very important conversation to have. And the key points to men's mental health awareness is because one of the key points is that men are less likely to seek help or to talk to other people because of societal expectations and the stigma. So a man will grow up being told from even a young age, like 3 years, 2 years. So we have a girl and a boy, and they each fall. And we are quick to go pick up the girl. And then the boy is there, he's crying, he's probably hurt. But the first response is men should not cry. Small boys don't cry. You're supposed to be very strong. Crying is for girls. And that is where it starts. From even the developmental stages, that is where the stigma starts. So we start viewing these things, or we start telling our men, you know what, you're not supposed to be vulnerable. You're not supposed to, you're not supposed to cry as a young man. Yeah, but that is wrong. They're supposed to be taught even from the onset, it is okay to cry. You fell down, cry, my boy. You were heartbroken, a girl refused to, hug you in class, that's okay. You're supposed to cry. It's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. So if we started as a society at a young age, yeah, imagine the kind of men we would have out here. That is why we end up now having people who keep saying, or who keep when they grow up, they don't have that emotional capacity to even see through the pain of women or other members of the society. Why? Because you were told from the onset, boys don't cry. You're expected to be very strong. Even when you're hurting, you're expected to be very, very strong. Yes, King Osto, yes, boys are told, you're not supposed to cry. Yes. And also when you're growing up, you're told, as a man, you're supposed to do this. As a man, you're expected to be the provider. As a man, you're the one who is supposed to take care of your family, even if you do not have the capacity. So you grow up knowing, you know what? I am the one. Even if I have problems, I don't have to talk about it. You're heartbroken, I don't have to talk about it. That is for girls. Crying is for girls. Yeah. And then they also feel like we do not understand as women, also. They also feel like, we will never understand them. It comes from a point of being judged. And that judging comes from now what we were talking about, the societal expectation. Oh my God, he has been heartbroken and he's crying. What kind of a man cries? So it's okay. It's okay. I want us to understand that men's mental health actually matters a lot. Men are affected by issues out here. There are issues, the issues that we feel so strongly as women, they also feel you will be in a relationship with someone. Like maybe you're dating someone and you will find the lady is deliberately being rude to the man, expecting, this one doesn't have feelings, or they just leave you expecting that, you don't have feelings. Yeah, so we have the issues of ghosting, people ghosting you, people, walking in and out of your life because they think that men do not have feelings or men can't feel things. But in contrary to that is that men feel things as strongly as we do, even more than we do. They're just better at hiding. They're just better at masking. Yeah, and they've been driven to that corner where they've been told, what, this is your bubble, stay there. As a man, you're supposed to be on top of things, you're supposed to be doing this and this and this and this. And so in this month it's we want to remind you that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to cry, it's okay to seek help. It's okay to seek help. And I was having a discussion with a colleague or a friend of mine, and he was saying, I was asking, so why don't you speak up? Why wouldn't you come and tell me, Maggie, I am going through this problem. Maggie, I've been heartbroken. And the answer was very interesting. It was unlike anything. Yeah, it was very interesting, right? He said, when I talk to maybe a woman about my problems or talk to other people, especially women, the first question I am met with is, what are you going to do? Oh my God, Sauta, do. What are you going to do about it? Oh, I'm sorry. What are you going to do about it? And we forget the reason why you're speaking up is because maybe you're confused, maybe you don't know how to feel, you don't know, you don't know what is going on, you're confused, you just want some clarity, someone who understands you, someone who validates you. And so as women, we make that mistake. We make that mistake of thinking, you know what, that's not important. So he has told me he's going through a heartbreak, but okay. So we do not take the time to want to listen to them. We do not take the time to understand how is this person feeling. And in knowing how they are feeling, for example, they can come and tell you, I have been left, my girlfriend left me, my mother left me, my sister left me, my boss said this to me. And you try to understand. The first step is trying to understand, how does this person feel? And acknowledging that they can actually feel. If they tell you, I feel so angry, I feel so disappointed. The other one will tell you, I feel like there's no meaning to life. I can be suicidal. I feel like I can't do anything. I don't want to do anything. I feel like I want to give up. Yeah. And so once you understand now how to approach this person from a point of knowing how they are feeling, it becomes better than us just dismissing. I think we just give that cold response of, sasa utadu, what are you going to do about it? So that is us dismissing them. And the reason why he was saying that he doesn't seek help is because he feels like the minute he seeks help from a lady or he tells people his problem, the response is always the same, especially from us women. We will say, you know what? They're just going to tell me, what are you going to do? They're just going to dismiss me. Yeah, it's coming from more of dismissal. You're dismissing this person. Yeah, so it's okay to cry, it's okay to be vulnerable. Hi Belinda, thank you so much for joining. So it's okay to be very, very vulnerable. So, and I would want to have a conversation with more men to understand what is their thought process whenever they're going through issues. What is going through your head? Does it ever get to a point where you feel like the burden is too much and you can actually let it out? Because I feel like men usually think that they are like this superhuman beings who do not have, feelings, who cannot talk, who are like, cushioned from things of life. Yeah, from things of life. What is going on through your head? Does it ever get to a point where you feel like, I can seek help from maybe other people? I can, maybe talk to another man, a fellow man. I can talk to a colleague. Yeah. Does it ever get to that point? Because we have normalized men not crying. We do not normalize men crying. We do not normalize them seeking help or making this available. When we say yes, it is okay to cry, but imagine you as a lady, you're walking randomly. You're walking randomly. I wanna explain how crazy it is, and if we say that we are aware, how aware really are we? Because we talk of us being aware, emotionally intelligent, but then again, ask yourself this. For example, if you were walking on the road and you see a man by the roadside, he's crying, he's all frustrated. You as a woman, or you as even a fellow man, what is the first reaction? That should tell you, maybe if you're aware or not, if you are yet to break that stigma. If your first response to this man crying on the road is, you're shocked. Oh my God, a man is crying. Oh my God, you start judging. Should a man cry? Then it means that you, as a woman, as a fellow man, you're not yet there. You haven't broken off that stigma. If your first response is to rush to that person and ask, oh my God, what is going on? Are you okay? Trying to help out this person, that it means that you are actually on the way. You're actually on the way to breaking off that stigma and normalizing in our society. So it starts from when we are young in our family setups. Yeah, when we see our fathers in the kitchen. If I had grown up seeing my father in the kitchen, now growing up, those gender roles, they shouldn't even have been an issue. Yeah, of course there are those things out here that they've been prescribed, that women are naturals, that men are supposed to be the providers. But nowadays we have evolved, and it is our inability to recognize that change and to perceive that change. Yeah, it is our inability to perceive that change that now makes us as a society unable to even help out our men. Yeah, it is our inability to do that, because if you have gender roles, when growing up you are told men are supposed to do this is only for girls, this is only for boys, there are courses that cannot be done by men, there are things that cannot be done by women. So those gender disparities, when it comes to assigning gender roles, that is what some of the things that are making us as a society to even fail when it comes to helping our men. Yeah. So if I grew up, so as we are bringing up our men, tell them it is okay to cook for your family. It is okay for you to cry when you fall. It is okay when someone leaves you. It is not about you and your strength as a man. It is just part of human relations. It is part of human relations. As simple as that. It is part of human relations. It is how human relate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so you get to a point where, after you have understood all these things, now it boils down to you as a man. Are you ready? Are you ready to be vulnerable? When we say be vulnerable, you can be vulnerable in many ways. You don't have to cry. Even there are some women who don't cry. Yeah, that doesn't mean that they are now so masculine. Yeah, there are men who cry. That doesn't mean that we are, or you are, emasculated. That doesn't have to emasculate you. It doesn't. You crying, you being vulnerable, you talking about your issues just means that you are very strong, you're emotionally aware of what is going on in your head, that you're willing to even talk it out. That is what it means, basically. So as we navigate through men's mental health awareness, it is important for us as a society to make it safe for them. And how do we make it safe for them? By reducing the expectations we have, managing the expectations we have, that if you do not have it figured out as a man by a certain age, you have failed. If you're not able to provide for your family, you have failed. There are men, I want to shock you with this, there are men who are better nurturers, who are better homemakers. They are better homemakers than actually women. They are there, they are out there. And there are women who are better at providing than being homemakers, than being nurturers, right? And so when we begin to understand life from that perspective, it becomes very easy, even for us as a society, to start now embracing them, to start now telling them, you know what, it is okay, to start accepting, oh, a man is crying, oh my God, what is going on? A man has been beaten by a woman. Now we start now championing, oh my God, that is bad, that is wrong, yeah, that woman should be arrested. But then again, we see a man beating a woman, and I'm not advocating for that. A man beating a woman, and there's a whole lot of people rallying behind her, telling her, you know, this man should be arrested, he should be jailed forever. But then again, when it happens to men, we don't talk about it enough. We have to echo our voices and give them that leverage too. You have to give them that leverage too, because they too are human. They need to be loved on. You're a woman, you're in a relationship, and you know, you feel, we often have this expectation. Of course, when you get into a relationship, whatever sort of relationship, we have expectations. You expect that the man is supposed to be calling you, the man is supposed to be providing for you. That is, let me tell you, 70% of us, or even not 80, that is the notion we have. That when you get into a relationship, the man is supposed to be the provider. The man is supposed to be the one calling. The man is supposed to be the one chasing. The man is supposed to, that is the notion that is sold to us. That is the narrative that is sold to us. That's the narrative that is sold to us. But then again, what happens when you get into a relationship, and of course you're expecting all these things to happen, and they fail to happen, but you are in a position to do that, to love on a man. You're in a position to provide better than he can. And that doesn't mean that he's not trying. Maybe he's just trying and things haven't yet gotten, you know, to the point where he can fully do that, right? We are often told as girls, when you get married, you know what, your money is your money. His money is our money. That is the narrative that we are sold. But then again, what if we changed that? What would happen if, you know what, we decided, you know what, we are coming into this to build one another. We are coming into this as friends first. Before we become partners, we are friends first. And if you're friends with me, I'll come through for you, you'll come through for me. But now we've turned relationships to be transactional. It is more of now, you give me money, and now as an exchange to that, I'm also gonna give you, and that is when I'm not going to be loving you. I'm going to be now sleeping with you. Yeah, it's more of transactional. Let's call it. Let's be honest about this. It is when we start being honest with ourselves as society, as individuals, that now we can really confidently have these discussions. That is the only time. So maybe want to hear from you, what do you think are some of the reasons why men fail to talk out, to speak up? Why is it difficult for them to speak up? Why is it difficult for them to say, you know what, this is happening? I feel like giving up. I've been expected to provide for my family, but I can't. I just can't. It's so difficult for me. So why is it difficult for them to say that? And I've said some of the reasons, and we should stop as women now that dismissive attitude we have of, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Because it starts there. It starts there. It starts there, my friends. It starts from us stopping to dismiss their feelings, assuming that they don't feel. Men feel as strongly as we women feel. They have feelings. Some of them are even more sensible, or more, what is the word I'm looking for? They are more sensitive. Yeah, they are more sensitive. Most men are even more sensitive than women. But then again, we have put it on them that, you know what, a man who is sensitive, that man is not strong. A man who cries, that man is not strong. We forget that they are human. And the nature of a human being is that they can be broken, that is one. They can also be uplifted, they can be downgraded. So that is the nature. That is the nature. That is the nature of men out here, of human, us as human. And once we start now understanding it from that point of view, that they are also human, and human needs to be loved. Human needs to be listened to. That is what the essence of living out here. The essence of living out here. We thrive very well when we have emotional support, when we feel like someone is recognizing what we are doing, when someone is listening to what we are saying. We have a way of just, blooming and just blossoming. And so as I come to the end of this live stream, I want to ask men and tell them that it is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to cry. It is okay to seek help. You don't have to die with your problems or stay back with your problems. It is okay. It is okay to cry. It is okay to ask for help. That doesn't make you weak. That doesn't mean that you don't have things figured out. It just means you're human. You're human like us. That is what it means. That is what it means. As a society, we have a long way to go in ensuring that our men also feel included. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for all those who joined. Belinda, King Osto, thank you so much for all those who liked the live stream. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.